Hello again from Metro Manila, the Philippines, Southeastern Asia. Here is my selective summary of the United States news headlines for April the 1st, 2019, collected from several newspapers from around the United States: the Washington Post, the New York Times, the Miami Herald, the Chicago Tribune, the Dallas News, the Los Angeles Times, the Seattle Times, and then something I forgot to name in the video's introduction, USA Today, and then from the cable news network. No copyright infringement intended. According to the Washington Post, whistleblower says 25 security clearance denials have been overturned during the Trump administration. Tricia Newbold, an 18-year veteran of the security clearance process who has served under both Republican and Democratic presidents, called Congress her last hope for addressing what she considers improper conduct that has left the United States secrets exposed. The House Judiciary Committee plans to vote on Wednesday, April the 3rd, 2019, to authorize subpoenas to obtain special counsel Robert S. Mueller III's report, escalating a feud with the Justice Department. An overdose and a mother's search for truth. Susan Stevens' fight against drugs has reached the White House, but she still wrestles with why her 22-year-old daughter, Toria, died. Joseph Biden's affectionate physical style with women comes under scrutiny. The appropriateness of the former vice president's physical behavior is being questioned after a Democratic politician described an alleged 2014 encounter. Biden responds to allegation, "Not once, never did I believe I acted inappropriately." Then to USA Today. New Jersey forest fire contained, about 18 square miles affected. Let's see. Try again. Woman and creepy Uncle Joe photo defends Biden. Teen killed after knocking on wrong door. Delta Southwest American planes temporarily grounded. Kellyanne Conway clashes with Fox News host. Then never seen anything like this as Trump threatens to close the US-Mexican border. Migrants overwhelm Texas cities. Barkley cried after Auburn reached Final Four. What to do if you owe taxes to the Internal Revenue Service. Latest NFL mock draft, could QBs start to slide. Our government is a check writing machine. The most popular Instant Pot is at its lowest price of 2019. Kick off April with Cheesecake Factory freebie and deals. John Lee was accused of harassment. Will that sway Valley voters? Nipsey Hussle gunned down in a South Los Angeles he helped build up. It's a sad day in Los Angeles. Another horse fatality at Santa Anita. 23 thoroughbreds have died since December the 26th. As anti-fur sentiment grows, California's oldest trappers are calling it quits. Then, the National Rifle Association's strength is being tested by a new Domestic Violence Act provision. Lawsuits lay bare Sackler family's role in opioid crisis. A rural county owes $28 million for wrongful convictions it doesn't want to pay. Trump, Putin, and a possible red line moment in Venezuela. During his presidential campaign, Donald Trump often complained about how President Obama drew red lines that he never enforced. President Trump is now facing his own red line moment, our correspondent writes in an analysis. The Democratic candidate Pete Buttigieg, however his last name should be pronounced, little known just months ago, raised more than $7 million in the first quarter. Should we worry about the slowing economy? And then Gerald L. Nadler, America is done waiting for the Mueller report. Someday Trump will not be in office. Well, that's certainly true. His presidency will constitutionally have to end by January the 20th, 2025. So less than 6 years from today. Congress needs a full accounting of his misdeeds to ensure they don't happen again. Then a conversation with Alex Hoth about art and doubt. The 8 most common 2019 tax return questions answered. Homicides and shooting in Chicago down sharply in the year's first quarter, that is from January to March 2019. R. Kelly's lawyer seeking communications between Kim Fox and indicted attorney Michael Avenatti. It seemed so far off. After news of second band cleared of HIV, Chicagoans who lived through AIDS crisis expressed mixed feelings. Rahm let off steam by screaming in the White House, and other tidbits from Valerie Jarrett's new book. This South Loop landmark reopens today with a dramatic new look thanks to a $75 million overhaul. A $32 million court win brings pinch of healing to victim in the 2012 Hebron High rape case. Security guard faces murder charge for allegedly shooting man in East Oak Cliff apartment complex. SMU TCU launching internal reviews in the wake of national admissions bribery scandal. Sam Rayburn Tollway reopens in Plano after truck spills fuel. Man killed 8-year-old son wounded in shooting near their South Dallas home. Conversation series focuses on art and the city with 2 April events hosted by the news. Shell-shocked Frisco residents return home a day after shootout hurt trooper. New taxes ahead. Neighbors, politicians seek tunnels for future light rail to West Seattle and Ballard. Larry Stone, so far taking a step back, has been pretty exciting and a pretty sight for Mariners. In Seattle talk, former ambassador to Afghanistan explains strategy to combat extremism in fragile states. Mr. Carl Eikenberry detailed a key task force recommendation, a call for a U.S. counterterrorism focus on prevention in partnership with the United Nations and other international organizations. As ferry system is hanging by a thread, lawmakers debate transportation budgets to fund new boats. Brightline trains often seem empty. Is it a sign of trouble or just growing pains? We are in a crisis, low pay. I'm sorry, that's an old news. Miami man did illicit deals in Paraguay, South America. Now he's headed to prison for money laundering. Governor DeSantis nominates UF Pediatrics professor as Surgeon General and Health Secretary. Bugs in rice and rodents in beans. Sedano's, Kmart, Fausto's make grocers list. Publix stopped giving to politicians after NRA controversy. Now it's back in business. Man wanted for murdering wife and daughter with large knife remains elusive. Finally, to CNN. Sorry. Democrats to authorize subpoena for Mueller report. Slain rappers chilling last tweet. In a historic first, women fired for getting pregnant win case. Most exciting new airports opening in 2019. NASA announces top 3 designs for homes on Mars. A week of extremes for Trump. And why it's cheaper than ever to fly across the Atlantic. The unsung heroes of the US suffrage movement.